wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Maulidia Falisara Hadatul Aisi and I'm from the Architecture 2D program and I'm a member of Group 3. In this video, I'm going to give a short introduction about our English presentation from last Friday. Our group presented in Unit 3 about equipment. We explained several topics including talking about equipment, explaining faults, dealing with repairs, and equipment used in the Shard of London skyscraper project.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I am happy to see you all here today. First of all, thank you for giving me a chance to speak and share our ideas. And then, before we begin, I would like to introduce my college.
Hello everyone, my name is Maulidia Marisa.
And I am Muhammad Sultan Farida.
And I am Muhammad Raihan Rafiani. We will work together to present our presentation. So, please listen and later you can ask questions. So, let's start together. In the first slide is table of content. The first content is talking about equipment with grammar asking and answering question about equipment. And the second is fault. And the grammar is passive voice with be and get. And the third is repairs with grammar need to plus needing. And the last one is focus on the project, the Shard London.
First, talking about equipment. Equipment refers to the tools and machines used in construction to perform specific tasks. Its type of equipment has its own function that supports safety, efficiency, and accuracy aspect. As you can see, the machine is first is crane, used for lifting heavy materials to higher floors. And second is bulldozer, used for clears and level the ground. Third is concrete mixer, used for mix cement, sand, and water evenly. And the last one is drill, used for make holes in the walls or materials. So let's watch the video.
In heavy equipment operations, potential dangers demand heightened awareness. Workers must understand the following hazards: caught in and struck by hazards, electrical hazards, overhead power lines, rollovers, pinch point hazards, and hazards due to high noise. Maintaining safety and awareness is crucial when operating equipment and working in proximity to equipment. The following are ways to stay safe when heavy equipment is used on site. When working near equipment, never bend down, sit, or stand behind the equipment. Always pay attention to when equipment is being operated, wear high visibility clothing to stand out, and wear hard hats and other personal protective equipment. When working on equipment, ensure workers are properly trained. Inspect the equipment before operating, check the surroundings before operating, wear seat belts, and have verbal or constant eye contact with a spotter, signal person, or a designated employee. Personal protective equipment, or better known as PPE, is used as added protection against workplace hazards. When working with heavy equipment, workers must wear hard hats, high visibility clothing, hearing protection, safety glasses, boots, and gloves. Workers must actively be aware of the hazards of heavy equipment operation. Understanding safe practices of working with and near heavy equipment can help reduce the risk of injuries. Always follow your company's policies and procedures.
Okay, let's move on to grammar with asking and answering question. Asking and answering question is first to the rules and structure in English that that govern how to form interrogative sentence to request information and how to construct appropriate response to provide the information. So we begin to asking question. First is yes or no question. The formula is auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb plus object plus question sign. Example. Does the drill work correctly? Did you clean the equipment yesterday? Is the engine still running? And the second is WH question. The formula is WH question, verb plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb plus object plus sign question. For example, is what tools do you use for measuring? Why is the cable disconnected? Where can we find this machine's manual? Next to answering question. First is yes or no answer. The formula is yes or no plus subject plus auxiliary verb. For example, yes, it does. No, it isn't. Yes, I did. Next is WH answer. The formula is answer depends on the WH word used. For example, I use a hammer and wrench because it stopped working. And last is in the storage room. And next, watch the video.
ESL Library. Yes, no questions. What are the most common types of questions in English? There are two common types of questions in English: yes, no questions and WH questions. For example, do you like pizza is a yes, no question, and what is your favorite food is a WH question. What are yes-no questions in English? Yes-no questions usually start with do or be. The answer to these questions is usually yes or no. For example, do you like sushi? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Are you tired today? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. What are WH questions in English? We use WH words to ask about different types of information. We use who to ask about a person, what to ask about a thing, where to ask about a place, when to ask about time, why to ask about a reason, and how to ask about manner. The answers to WH questions provide the information that we ask about. For example, what are you doing? I'm studying. When does this class start? It starts at 9 a.m.
Let's do the dialogue. Dialogue is active definition of the tool. Reza, what is the device used for?
It's for measuring the temperature of concrete.
Does it need batteries to work?
Yes, it does.
Where can we get the batteries?
At the lab storage room, I think.
So let's get into the next slide. Here is fault. Fault in equipment are malfunction or defect that affect performance and safety. They can occur due to the wear or poor maintenance, extreme condition, or operator mistakes. Here I have 5 examples. The number 1 is hydraulic leaks. Hydraulic leaks with common cause is damaged seals or gasket, and then cracked hose or fitting or fittings with corrosion, overpressure, and improper maintenance. So what's the solution? The solution is replace one part before failure and installing this detection system in critical machinery. The next is electrical failure. With common cause, short circuit, overload, component wear, moisture or corrosion, and poor installation. With solution, regular inspection of wiring and equipment, and replace all or damaged component promptly. Next. Is corrosion. With common cause is oxidation, moisture, contaminants, high temperature, and strong electrical currents. With solution is moisture control and corrosion resistant materials. And the next is worn out parts. Common case is lost smoothness, configuration, crack, fray, or slip, wear down tip, leading to poor transmission, harden or crack causing leaks. With solution, check forward before failure, and swap parts based on surface life. And the last one is overheating. With common cause is poor ventilation, excessive load, friction, electrical faults, and environmental factor. The solution is monitor temperature sensor, an automatic shutdown system, and avoid a failing circuit or machine. And let's watch the video together.
Not all equipment failures require investigation. In some cases, the cause of an equipment failure may be quite obvious. Such is the case with damage from weather-related events such as floods or tornadoes, intentional sabotage, or automobile accidents. In other cases, the equipment is not crucial to the process, or it can easily be replaced with little cost or impact to production. Failure investigations are most useful when high-dollar, critical equipment fails unexpectedly and for an unknown reason. Investigative techniques vary based on the industry, environment, equipment type, and level of failure. Regardless of the investigative methodology and specific steps involved, all investigations should take a forensics approach to identifying the cause or causes of the failure. This means carefully examining the scene and looking for evidence that can provide clues into the nature and possible cause of the failure. Interviewing witnesses provides a first-hand account of how the equipment was running or what occurred as the equipment failed. It is important to document the facts and not the opinion of the workers involved. Use photos, videos, sketches, and diagrams to clearly identify the as-found condition of the equipment. If appropriate, collect samples of process fluids, lubricants, damaged gaskets, seals, piping, and fittings. Preserve damaged equipment components so they can be analyzed. The investigator must avoid jumping to conclusions. A systematic review of the failure and evidence will ultimately identify the root causes or reasons for equipment failure.
The passive voice with behavior is used when we want to emphasize action or object, not who does it. In passive sentence, we can use be or the depending on the context. Be is usually more formal. First one is passive voice with be. With formula is subject plus to be plus part participle. And the example, the report was printed this morning. The design was approved by the client. Was the file uploaded on time? Second is passive voice in get. There is two formula here. Number one is subject plus get plus part participle. And number two is subject plus get plus adjective. The example. The project got finished earlier than expected. The door didn't get repaired yesterday. Did the machine get damaged during transport? So let's see the video.
As you remember, we use be in passive voice regardless of the tense. If it's present, we use am, is, or are. If it's past, we use was or were. If it's future, we use will be. Anyway, the verb be is always there in passive. However, in many cases, we can also use the verb get instead of be in passive voice. The sentence will have identical meaning. Just put it in the right form. If it's present, use get. If it's past, use got. If it's present progressive, use is getting. For example, access codes to the database are changed every hour. Are can be substituted by get. Access codes to the database get changed every hour. My car was hit by some maniac last night. Was can be substituted by got. My car got hit by some maniac last night. He will be fired if he comes to work late again. Be can be substituted by get. He will get fired if he comes to work late again. The dinner is being cooked as we speak. Is being can be substituted by is getting. The dinner is getting cooked as we speak.
And let's move to the dialogue. The dialogue talking about tools in the engineering workshop.
Lisa, do you know if the welding machine is ready?
Yes, it was repaired this morning.
Wait, where's the safety switch check too?
Yeah, it was checked before the technician went.
Good. I had the cable got replaced yesterday.
Really? Did the panel get damaged during the delivery?
Yeah, it got damaged on the way here. The next slide is repairs. As you can see here, definition is referred to action taken to fix or restore equipment that is not working properly. Regular maintenance helps prevent serious damage and keeps tools safe to use. The example is number one is fixing a leak, and the second is patch welding. The next is electrical system repair, and the last is replacing broken parts. So let's watch the video.
If your pipe springs a leak and you need a quick fix, these tips can help you get by until you can get a permanent repair in place. Now, to stop the water immediately, shut off the main water valve. Next, you'll need to figure out what kind of material your pipes are made from and choose a repair product that's compatible. Here are some indicators to help you identify what you've got. Now, this is a piece of galvanized piping here. It's typically silver, and you'll see it run for hot and cold water. White PVC can be used for cold water, drain, and vent. CPVC is yellower in color and it can be used for hot and cold water. Then of course there's copper piping, which comes in different sizes, and PEX piping. Typically red is for hot and blue is for cold water. Find the source of the leak to see if it's in the middle of a run or at a joint. Fiberglass wrap or patch products are usually water activated. Mix the ingredients in the package and wrap the leaking area. Now when it cures, it hardens like a cast. Epoxy putty is activated when you take the two parts and knead them together. Dry the surface of the pipe, then apply the putty over and around the leak and let it cure. Self-fusing silicone tape bonds to itself as you wrap it around the leak. Stretch it to get it tight. Overlap each pass and wrap it beyond the leak on each side. This should only be used on minor leaks or low pressure pipes. When you go back to do the permanent repair, it's easy to remove because it won't adhere to the pipe, only itself.
Next. Let's get to the grammar. The grammar is infinitive, need to and gerund, need plus a. Number one is infinitive need to. The structure need to is used when talking about someone's responsibility or necessity to do something. It focuses on the person who performs the action. The formula is subject plus need plus to plus base form of the verb. The example is positive. The engineer is to test the new equipment. Negative, the manager doesn't need to attend the meeting. Interrogative, does the operator need to check the system daily? Number two, garage which need plus ink. Therefore, need plus ink is used when the action itself requires something to be done, often passive in meaning. It emphasizes what needs attention, not who does it. The formula is subject plus need plus verb plus ink. The example is positive. The air filter needs cleaning before use. The negative, the lights don't need replacing yet. Interrogative, does the wall need painting again? So let's see the video.
To use gerunds and infinitives in English? There are 3 basic rules for gerunds in English. There are also 3 basic rules for infinitives in English. Some verbs are always followed by a gerund. They discussed having a party this weekend. He keeps forgetting to text me. Other verbs are always followed by an infinitive. She decided to apply for a new job. They offered to help her move. There are a few verbs that can be followed by either a gerund or an infinitive with no difference in meaning. Example, I like listening to music, or I like to listen to music. Let's continue talking about this, or let's continue to talk about this. The subject of a sentence is usually a gerund. For example, gardening is my favorite hobby. After an adjective, we usually use an infinitive verb. For example, I was sad to see my test score. After a preposition, we usually use a gerund. For example, I thought about taking piano lessons. After a noun or pronoun, we almost always use an infinitive verb. For example, the librarian told the students to be quiet.
And move to the dialogue. Dialogue is talking about preparation of tools before use in practical work.
Guys, we need to test the concrete mixer before class starts.
True. We also need to organize the safety gate.
And the elements need cleaning before 10 a.m.
The clothes needs to present too.
Do we need to buy new ones?
No, the old clothes just need washing, not buying. Next.
The next slide is focus on the project, The Shard, London. The Shard is a famous skyscraper located in London, United Kingdom. Completed in 2013, it stands 310 meters tall and is currently one of the tallest buildings in Europe. The tower's design was inspired by a shard of glass which reflect light beautifully across the city skyline.
Designed by the Italian architect Renzo Piano, the site combines modern architecture and sustainability. It includes offices, restaurant, hotel, and viewing decks that offer stunning views of London. The building represents innovation and the use of advanced construction equipment in modern architecture.
Let's go to know more about Renzo Piano. He was born in Genoa, Italy in 1937. He is known for his creative and sustainability design that blend art, light, and technology. Some of his famous works include the Pompidou Center in Paris and Kansai Airport in Japan. His design philosophy focuses on human experience and environmental harmony.
And the building is next to London Bridge Station, one of London's major transport hubs, making it easily accessible. The location is strategic in the heart of London, with views of the River Thames, St. Paul and Tower Bridge. Now guys, let's see the video.
At 1,016 feet, the Shard in London is taller than the Eiffel Tower. It has 72 habitable floors, 44 elevators, and 306 flights of stairs. Building this megatower required almost 2 million cubic feet of concrete.
The Shard is an incredible building. It just stands high, proud above the London skyline. And this incredible bit of architecture really does put London on the map.
This is a really radical building. It imposes on the London skyline like nothing else. It ascends into the air and the whole thing shines and glistens in the sun. What a stunning sight.
The Shard's luxury apartments, hotel, and nearly 600,000 square feet of office space have set a new benchmark in skyscraper design. But huge ambition comes at a price. The $618 million project required more than 1,400 workers on site.
As soon as a project like this starts, you're against the clock every second of the day. Time is money. You need to keep going and keep going quickly. The slow bit of construction is building a concrete core that is the real basis of stability for the structure. It holds the building up, holds the building solid against wind loads, and is a very, very important part of the building. And getting that in place quickly is a real challenge.
Finally, we have student presentation. Thank you for your attention, guys. Does anyone have any question?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Nasmi. I'm from Group 2. I want to give you a question. Question is, what is the advantage of preparing equipment immediately after a fault? Thank you.
Thank you, Hakan. Anyone else?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to ask some question. Why is regular maintenance on equipment important in building like this one?
Thank you, Dennis. Anyone else?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Iqbal. I'm from Group 7 and I will ask you a question. Why is a passive voice used when reporting equipment problems? Thank you.
Okay, I will answer this question. The question is, why is regular maintenance on equipment important in building like the short? The answer is because it prevents small faults from becoming big problems and keeps the whole building running safely and efficiently. Do you agree with my answer?
I will answer the Hakan question. The question is, what is the advantage of repairing equipment immediately after a fault? That's right. Okay. The answer is, it avoids extra damage, safeguards, and prevents interruption in building facilities. Hakan, do you agree with my answer? Thank you.
Okay, I will answer 50 questions. Because the focus is on the equipment and what happening to it, not on what it is. Do you agree? Answer 50? Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for your